Hi guys, my name is Nandan. In today's video, we'll be discussing about IP security.
We'll be discussing each and every detail about IP security in this video. Introduction. IP security, also known as Internet Protocol Security. It is a way of making internet communications more secure and private. IP security is a collection of protocols for securing internet protocol communications by authenticating each IP packet of a data stream. Let's see about its architecture. In this figure, if you observe, in the Ethernet switch, the packet travels without any security, and here is a networking device which is having IP security implemented, and once it goes out, it means the packet has been processed. And we can see the new header has been added, which is IP security header. When the user system can also be there in a single system having IP security implemented, and it can go through this public network again, there will be networking devices having IP security through these packets, which can be freely moved through the public network without any way stopping the security that reaches the device having this IP-like facility. And in this way, the security headers can be removed. Similarly, we are having an Ethernet switch also. So over there, the packet goes plain through this, and it can go through the system as well. So in this way, the architecture will work. Coming to the IP security protocols, let's see what are they. First one, encapsulating security payload, which is also known as ESP. So it provides data integrity, encryption, authentication, and anti-replay. It also provides authentication for payload. Second one, authentication header, which is also known as AH. It provides data integrity, authentication, and anti-replay, but it doesn't provide encryption. The anti-replay protection protects against the unauthorized transmission of packets, and it does not protect data's confidentiality. It is a drawback. And coming to the third one, Internet Key Exchange, which is also known as IKE. It is a protocol that enables two systems or devices to establish a secure communication channel over an untrusted network. This protocol uses a series of key exchange to create secure tunnel between client and the server through which they can send encrypted traffic. Last one, Internet Security Association and Key Management Protocol, ISA-KMP. It defines the procedures for authenticating a communication, pre-creation, management of security associations, key generation techniques, and threat mitigation. For example, denial of service and reply attacks. How does IP security really works? Mhm. So there are 5 key steps involved in the IP security working process. There are host recognition, where it begins when a host system that a packet needs protection and will be transmitted using IP security policies. These packets trigger the security policies. When an incoming packet is determined to be interesting, the host system verifies that it has been properly encrypted and authenticated. Coming to the second one, negotiation or IKE phase 1. Hosts negotiate with each other in a process known as main mode or aggressive mode. In main mode, the initiating host does not allow for negotiation and specifies the IKE security association to be used. So, with this method, the hosts can set up an IP security circuit first. Coming to the third one, IP security circuit or IKE phase 2. It sets up a secure channel for the data to protect the network. The IP security hosts negotiate the algorithms that will be used during the data transmission. The hosts also agree upon and exchange the encryption and decryption keys which they plan to use for traffic. Fourth one, IP security transmission. In the fourth step, the hosts exchange the actual data across the secure tunnel they have established. The IP security associations which set up earlier are used to encrypt and decrypt these packets. So coming to the final one, IP security termination. Finally, the IP security tunnel is terminated. Let's see. Usually this condition happens when the session has come to an end. Okay. Only when the session gonna comes to end, this termination gonna happen. So after termination, the hosts dispose of the private keys used during the data transmission and the tunnel is shut down. In this way, IP security termination will work. So now we understand the working process. Let's move to the next part. How is IP security used in VPN? A VPN, virtual private network, essentially is a private network implemented over a public network. Anyone who connects a VPN can access the private network as if directly connected to it. VPNs are commonly used in business to enable employees to access their corporate network remotely. IP security protocols implement a secure network that protects VPN data from outside access. VPNs can be set up using one of the two IP security modes, tunnel mode or transport mode. Let's see more regarding these modes. Types of modes. Transport mode. A transport mode IP security circuit is when two hosts set up a directly connected IP security VPN connection. For example, this type of circuit might be set up enable to a remote IT support technician to log in to a remote server for maintenance work. Tunnel mode. It is usually used between secured network gateways. IP security enables an encrypted tunnel across the public internet for securing LAN packets sent between two remote locations. The IP security tunnel is established between the two gateway hosts, but the tunnel itself carries the traffic from any host inside the protected networks. Let's see through an example. So in this figure, if you observe, in the transport mode, we added one header and one trailer. Okay. And if you observe in the tunnel mode, we added another header. Between the original header and new IP header, in between you can see ESP header. So in simple terms, transport mode secures data as it travels from one device to another, typically for a single session. Alternatively, tunnel mode secures the entire data path from point A to B, regardless the device between them. Okay. And another difference is in transport mode, the outer header determines the IP security policy that protects the inner IP packet. But in tunnel mode, what happens means the inner IP packet determines the IP security policies that protects where it connects. This is the difference between tunnel mode and transport mode. Let's see the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. Network layer security. As we all know, like IP security operates at layer number 3, that is the network layer. As a result, it has no impact on higher network layer. In the other words, it is one of the biggest advantages of IP security is transparency to the applications. The end user need not have to bother about the IP security or its configuration. Second one, confidentiality. During any data exchange, the IP security uses the public keys that helps to safely transfer confidential data. As a result, securing the keys ensure safe data transfer. Third one, zero dependability on applications. IP security only requires modifications to the operating system. As a result, IP security based VPNs do not need to worry about the type of applications too. That's not the case with SSL based VPNs, where it requires modification to individual application. So these are the advantages. Coming to the disadvantages, wide access range. One of the greatest disadvantages of IP security is its wide access range. Giving access to a single device in IP security based network and can also give access privilege for other devices too. Compatibility issues. IP security brings in couple of compatibility issues with software too. This happens when the software developers do not adhere to the standards of IP security. Third one, CPU overhead. Unfortunately, IP security is well known for the high CPU usage. It requires a quite bit of processing power to encrypt and decrypt the data that passes through the server. When the data packet size is small, the performance of the network diminishes due to large overhead used by the IP security. These are the disadvantages. That's it for the video, guys. I hope I explained in the simple terms so that you all can understand. If you like the video, then please like and share that. Thank you. Nandan signing off.